Sorry, sir, some problem is there.
What happened, sir, madam?
Actually, screen sharing is something problem is there in screen sharing. Okay. Um, so I can't share the screen, but we can discuss now. I think our paper code. Anyone can tell me who will tell me the paper code that we are going to discuss today. Paper code as well as paper name.
Ma'am, MGG 003?
MGC 003, Regional Geography of India.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. So here five blocks are there. I think five blocks are there, but today we are going to discuss first block. That one is fundamentals of regional geography of India. Yes. So first we will discuss the evolution of geography. So first thing is what the meaning of geography. Anyone who can tell me the meaning of geography? From the beginning we will start. Then we will go to regional geography. So anyone tell me the meaning of geography? Anyone, please?
Ma'am, it is a study of the physical feature of Earth's surface.
Only physical features
Ma'am,
or
everything
anything else?
is total atmosphere, physical structure.
Okay. It means we can say study about the earth as a home of man. Yes? Okay.
Population distribution also.
Population distribution also. Yes. So, geography is a broad concept. That's why this one is divided into some branches. Okay, so geography is divided into two main branches. One is physical geography, another one is human geography.
Human geography.
Yes. So, physical geography, other sub branches are also there. Can you tell me those branches? Already you have studied before.
Geomorphology, ma'am.
Geomorphology,
Geomorphology,
climatology, oceanography. Yes, these are
oceanography.
the
Climatology.
yes. These are the sub branches of physical geography. Whereas, if we are coming to human geography, then what are the sub branches are there then? Those branches which are deal with what?
Regional planning and population geography.
Okay.
Settlement.
Regional planning as well as population geography, resource geography, agricultural geography,
Settlements.
industrial geography. Okay. These are the sub branches of human geography. Okay. Then other things are also included now, like your remote sensing and
Yes.
GIS. Okay, remote sensing, GIS, also cartography is also included here now. Okay. Then another thing is that some approaches are there to study geography. When we are studying geography, through some methods or through some approaches, we are studying. Can you tell me what are the approaches are there? How you can study geography?
Ma'am, systematic approach.
Systematic approach. Then any other approaches? systematic approach is there, regional approach is there. Okay, then other approaches are also there like historical approach, environmentalistic approach, possibilistic approach. There are so many approaches to study geography, but two important as well as popular approaches are there to study geography. Those are what? Regional approach, and another one is what? Systematic approach. Yes? Can anyone tell me the difference or the meaning of these two approaches? Any idea? Regional approach and systematic approach. That one is here. We are going to discuss that one only. Regional approach, the difference between regional approach and systematic approach, and also the meaning region, types of regions. These are the concepts which are here that we are going to discuss now. No idea?
Ma'am, regional can't say, but systematic, maybe it's a processed one.
Process.
Yes.
Which one? Systematic. These are
Systematic.
process as well as we can say approaches. Through these approaches, we are
Ma'am,
studying geography. Okay. Let me tell regional approach. Here we are taking only one geography. We are taking any particular region or we can say pocket of your globe,
it's a
small pocket
natural
of your globe,
vegetation.
and yes, and we are discussing all the geographical phenomena that are present on that part. For example, we are taking India. Okay, India as a region, and we are discussing physical features of India, soil of India, climate of India. Okay, everything we are discussing, all the geographical phenomena that are present over or present in this part, all the phenomena when we are discussing for a small part of region, then that is what regional approach. But when we are talking about systematic approach, here what we are doing actually, we are taking only one or two geographical phenomena. For example, we are taking phenomena like climate. Okay, we are taking climate, but we are discussing climate of world or climatic regions of the world. In general, we are talking. That one is what? Systematic approach. Okay, so all of you go through the syllabus or study material. We will start now. I think can anyone please tell me what is there in first page in the syllabus? Anyone? What is there? Understanding environment, something, I think,
Understanding regions.
understanding regions.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. One minute. So in this first unit of first block, here we are going to discuss about what? Environments, their elements, interrelationship, and processes. Processes that are involved here that we are going to discuss. So first thing is what? Environment is a complex system. That's why This one is categorized into what? One is natural sciences, another one is what? Human sciences. Okay, so natural sciences that dealing with nature, whereas human sciences dealing with human created aspects. Okay, here natural sciences focus on understanding elements, processes, and interrelationship in nature, excluding human influence. When we are talking about natural science, means it is totally what lacking of human interference as well as human influence. But another one is what? Human science. So this one is concentrate on elements created by humans through interactions. For example, any example which are created by human or through human interference. Technology as well as social relations. Okay. But this one is totally different from your what? Geography, because geography stands out as a field that integrates both natural and human elements. Already we have discussed that geography deals with both natural as well as human aspects or human sciences. Okay, 1 minute. Sorry friends, 1 minute. Friends, can anyone share the study material? Anyone? Is it possible? नंदिनी जी, क्या आपसे हो पाएगा? हाथ हाथ उठाए हैं?
Yes, ma'am. I have block one, but I can't know how to screen share.
You go to the bottom of the screen, then you can see there three dots are there. Then touch there, and so many options will be coming there, and you have to touch the option which is okay.
Actually, ma'am, I
Please
send
share.
block one in group. So if anyone have, then please join this.
Okay, okay,
Thank
okay.
you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. This one is one problem. Okay, 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 okay. You stay here. Scroll to the upper part from the first, then scroll. Okay, 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 okay. Stop here. Regional Geography of India introduction. Okay, then next page. Next. Okay, next. Have you gone through these blocks? What is there in the blocks? Block 1 में क्या है? Block 2 में what is there in block 3? Have you read that before? Okay, next page. Next. Next. Next, then unit 1. Okay, 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 okay. Keep here. Okay. So we have discussed here knowledge about environment. Environment is vast, so it is divided into what? Natural science as well as human science that we discussed. The next page. Okay. One important thing is here, that one is what? Expected learning outcomes. First, you have to see what are the learning outcomes are there, and after reading or after discussing this one, whether you have learned or you have catch those outcomes or not. First you have to see. So learning outcomes are here to understand and comprehend the concept of regions and regional geography. So we will learn the meaning of regions, then the meaning regional geography or the approach regional geography. Second one is what? To describe the regional methods of analysis. 1 minute. And another one is what? Types of regions. Okay, these are the concepts here we will discuss. Okay, so first one is what? Concept of regions and regional geography. Anyone, can you tell me what is the meaning region? Any idea?
Ma'am, area?
Area. Anyone else? Anything? Only area? Or? Hmm.
Ma'am, a particular region means a particular area or place.
Particular area or place. Okay. Uh, I think one heading is there. Region is different from space, place, and area. Is it there? Yes or no? Okay. Let it go. So when we are talking about region is any particular area which is, or we can say, which is homogeneity inside. We can found homogeneity inside and heterogeneity outside. Homogeneity inside and heterogeneity outside. What is the meaning of this sentence? Homogeneity inside and heterogeneity outside. If we will take one example of any region, that one is if we are taking the example of Odisha. Okay, Odisha is homogeneity, or Odisha, in Odisha we can found homogeneity inside on the basis of what? Language, on the basis of culture, on the basis of tradition. Yes or no?
Yes.
People of Odisha, they are the people of Odisha, they are speaking what? Odia. Okay. On the basis of language, here we can find what? We can found homogeneity. Okay. Then tradition, culture, almost same everywhere in Odisha of all people. But this one is heterogeneous from outside. How heterogeneous? Because if we will go to West Bengal in the north part of Odisha, means after what this north part of Odisha's boundaries finishing, then we will found what? Bengali people. If we will go to western part, then Chhattisgarhi, then northwestern part Jharkhandi. Okay, so on the basis of language is one basis. Other mediums are also there through which we can differentiate any region. Okay, so region is any place that is having homogeneity inside and heterogeneity outside. Okay, then next one is what? Some of the definitions are also given by different geographers about regions. That is also here. Scroll this. Okay, okay, stop now. Okay. Another thing is written here that geography moved from thinking in opposite to seeing connections. What is that? One of the geographer, Peter Haggett, he built bridges between different areas of knowledge. Initially, geography sought universal principle for the entire world, but Varian and also Humboldt, Ritter, they developed the idea of specific regions leading to systematic and regional geography. Okay, once again we are coming to what? Systematic and regional geography. Already, as I have told you, the difference between systematic as well as regional geography. So again, we are discussing this one. Systematic geography focused on specific aspects or aiming for general laws, but regional geographers, they focus on the well-being and understanding the human society through geographical knowledge. That's why two approaches emerged. Scroll this once again. What is going on actually? Scroll more. Okay. Stop here. Here two methods are given. Regional method of analysis. 1 minute. And systematic method. Scroll more. Okay. It is not visible actually. Okay. Once again, we are discussing what regional approach and systematic approach. So regional approach, that is mainly focusing what or emphasizes the study of specific regions which can be defined based on criteria such as geographical, cultural, as well as economic or political characteristics. As we discussed, any one geographical, any small pocket of region or small region we are taking, but we are discussing many geographical phenomena. But the systematic approach focuses on the analysis of spatial phenomena and processes across different regions, aiming to identify and understand general patterns and principles. For example, we have already talked, we will take only one or uh, two geographical phenomena, but we will study in general. So regional approach provides in-depth insights into a specific area, where its systematic approach this seeks to uncover overarching principles and connections that apply across various geographical contexts. But both approaches contribute to a comprehensive understanding of the complex interactions shaping the world. but there is one concept, there is one heading, differentiation from what? Differentiation from place, area, and space. Go to that part. Whether region is different from place, area, or space. Stuff here. Yes, place is about personal experience. For example, take your village, or take any places that you have visited. You have visited that place, you have some personal experience with that place, you have some emotions with that place. It means that place will be known as what? Only one place. But when we are coming to area means this one is quantitative. It means measurable in meters as well as kilometers, and there is no emotional attachments. That is called what? Area. Then when we are talking about what? Another term, that one is space. Space is what? Space has various dimensions but lacks substantial meaning. Place is what? Place is with which we have some personal experience, we have some emotion, that is place. But area is measurable, where each space is what? A vast area, but it has no substantial meaning. These are three terms which are different from regions, but regions are defined by similar features and differ from surrounding areas, because each region is unique in history, identity, and environment. That we already discussed, what? Regions have similar elements within boundaries but vary towards the edges. Yes or no? Which I call what? Homogeneity inside but heterogeneity outside. Another thing is what? Regions are both stable and changing. Regions are stable and changing, with natural aspects remaining constant and human aspects. How regions are both stable and changing? Anyone? Can you tell me why it is said regions are both stable and also changing? In which sense it is stable?
On the basis of physical features.
On the basis of physical features. Okay. And changing?
Cultural basis, ma'am.
Social, cultural, economic changes.
Okay. So, on the basis of natural aspects or physical features, this one is stable. Yes, the landscape means mountainous region or plateau region or plain. Okay, that one is what? Stable. But when we are talking about human aspects like the size of population or else what? Economic growth as well as cultural aspects, then this one is what? Changing. Okay. So regions have a hierarchy. Okay, regions have a hierarchy with variations becoming more noticeable at smaller scales.
So regions have a unique identity shaped by historical changes. So another thing is what regions can vary in scale or scale based on size and shapes. These are what scroll this one. Okay, okay. Scroll upward. Scroll more. These are what hierarchy as well as dynamic, problematic, purposive, resourceful. These are what we are talking about regions. These are features as well as these are the characteristics of region. Yes or no? Come to the first point. Okay. Characteristics of a region. First one is what region is different from place, area, and space. Then second one is what second point, that one is principle of homogeneity. It follows the principle of homogeneity. Principle of homogeneity means region as defined by similar features and differ from surrounding areas. Okay. Then next one is what distinctive and uniqueness. What is this distinctive and uniqueness? Each region is unique in history, identity, and environment. Then another one is what dynamic. Next one is dynamic or changing in nature. Or sorry, homogeneity and heterogeneity. Next one is what homogeneity and heterogeneity. So regions have similar elements within boundaries but vary towards the edges. Yes or no? Then another thing is what dynamic or changing in nature. Regions are dynamic and also changing in nature. How? That we discussed. Regions are both stable and changing. With natural aspects, they are stable, but when we are coming to human aspects, these are what? Changing. Another one is what? Hierarchy. Another one is another characteristics of region, that one is hierarchy. What is this hierarchy? Can you tell me? Some macro regions are there, some micro regions are there, some meso regions are there. That we will discuss later. Okay. Then another thing is what? Identity and historical changes. Another one is what? Identity and historical changes. So regions have a unique identity shaped by historical changes. All the regions have some unique identity. Can anyone tell me some examples? Any region having unique identity and also having unique history? Any region? No.
The northeastern states.
Northeastern states. They are different from, or they are how they have unique identity. on the basis of natural aspects. These are place or present
Natural
in
aspect,
mountainous
forest
region.
cover.
Okay. Then if we will go to Jammu and Kashmir, their identity or they have also unique identity. Yes or no? Okay, another one is what? Dynamic scale. What is that? Dynamic scale. Regions can vary in scale based on size and shape. Another characteristics is also there. That one is what? Problematic. What is the problem is there? This is also one characteristics of region. Problematic. Means regions share common issues within their boundaries. Yes or no? If one problem is arising or problem is there, means that problem is for whole region. Then purposive. What is purposive? Regions are defined for specific purposes. Some when we will discuss types of region, then we will see different types of regions are there. Purposive. This one is this word is used for what? Functional region. Some of the regions are there which are function based. Okay, for particular functions, for particular activity, that region is what? Difference from or different from others. Then another one is what? Resourceful. Resourceful is also one characteristic. Regions should have specific resources for planning. If resource is there in particular region, then development will also happen. Otherwise, that region will lag behind. Next one is what? Core, periphery, frontiers, and transition zones. What is here? Core, periphery, frontiers, and transition zones. So regions have internal hierarchies, including core, periphery, and transition zones. So these characteristics help understand regions by highlighting their diversity, uniqueness, and dynamic nature. So next one is what? Your types of regions. What are the types of regions are there? There are formal regions, then functional regions, then any other regions, ad hoc regions, vernacular regions. These are the types of regions. So first come to what? Formal region. So formal regions, these are also known as what? Homogeneous or uniform regions. Formal regions are what? Uniform regions. Homogeneous and uniform within a specified criteria. For example, um, physical aspects or social aspect or political aspect. From these aspects, this one is what? Homogeneous in nature or uniform in nature or uniform type of aspects we can found in that whole area or whole region. Then that is what? Formal region. For example, subtropical region, or example, we can take Himalayan region as well as tropical region, subtropical region. These are the former regions of India. Then identified based on single feature. These Himalayan regions as well as subtropical regions, these are what identified based on single feature. Through which features? Physiographic as well as physical regions. Then another one is what? Functional region. Also called what? Heterogeneous or nodal functional region. This one is totally different from formal region. So here we can found homogeneity in selected feature but heterogeneity in others. Means all the features are not homogeneous there in that functional region. Only some selected features are there where we can found homogeneity. So these are also known as what? Polarized region. These are the terms you have to remember. What? Nodal functional region, or heterogeneous region, or polarized region. So these are consisting of heterogeneous units and heterogeneous features. And another thing is here, that one is functions are more intense at the center. As these are functional regions, so whatever functions that may be, that one is intense at the center. But if we will go for, then what will happen? Here we can see intensity diminishing with distance, that we can see here. So example, if we will take example, then circulation of newspaper, circulation of newspaper in any region, that one is one example for functional region. Then another one is what? Vernacular region. Another one is vernacular region. So this one, this vernacular region is also known as perpetual region. Anyone, can you tell me the meaning perpetual actually here? Perpetual region. Vernacular region, actually this represents a special unit where people live as a part of their cultural identity. Here cultural identity is very important, um, where people share common history, common identity. Then that will be called what? Vernacular region, where they are sharing one sense of belongingness. Then that will be called as what? Vernacular region. For example, we can take what? Cultural regions, any cultural regions or any transitional regions, these are what? Vernacular regions. But another one, sorry, next one is what? Ad hoc region. Another region is here, that one is ad hoc region, which is also known as planning region. So this is one region where designing or implementing development plans is possible for tackling any regional problems. So ad hoc region, this could be both formal as well as functional. We can take example like Delhi metropolitan city. This one is what one planning region, as well as we can say what ad hoc region. Other types of regions are also there. One is multi-level planning regions. Another one is what developing intermediate or developed regions, which are categorized on the basis of stage of development. So multi-level planning regions, these are divided into macro regions, meso regions, as well as micro regions. Whereas on the basis of stage of development, the regions are categorized into developed, developing, intermediate, backward, or depressed regions. So I think we have discussed the types of region. Um, Anyone have any problem here in types of regions? Some
Ma'am, I have an doubt on the first question of this terminal questions. How
one
is
minute. Hmm.
terminal question is there one? How is
Hmm.
taxonomic approach different from synthesizing approaches?
Yes, how is taxonomic approaches different from?
Synthesizing approaches of understanding with a reference to geographic as a unique branch of knowledge.
1 minute, I think here. Okay. So one is taxonomic approach, another one is what? Synthesizing approach. These are two different methods of understanding geography. Yes.
Yes,
Um,
ma'am.
so taxonomic approach involves classifying or categorizing geographic phenomena into systematic or hierarchical structure based on shared characteristics. Um, for example, taxonomy of if we will take the example of taxonomy of landforms based on their geological origins, such as mountains, plains, or plateaus. Um, uh, okay, first tell me. The meaning taxonomy. Any idea?
No, ma'am.
Anyone else? This one is principle of classification. This is what principle of classification. So, so here, what we are doing, the tax in this taxonomic approach, we are classifying or categorizing geographic phenomena. Okay, uh, just like I gave examples. What taxonomy or classification of landforms on the basis of origin, on the basis of geological origin. For example, the types of landforms or classification of landforms, what mountains, plains, plateaus, valleys. Okay, so it aims to create classifications or taxonomies that organize geographical elements. Why we are classifying or classification? Why we are doing? To make it easier to understand the diversity and relationship. Okay, but another thing is what synthesizing approach. What is the synthesizing approach? This approach focuses on integrating and combining various elements. In the taxonomic approach, we are classifying, means we are dividing. But in synthesizing approach, what we are doing, we are integrating or combining various elements. And why we are combining? In the perspective of holistic understanding, whole understanding. For whole understanding, we are using the what, this synthesizing approach. So this synthesizing approach actually emphasizes the synthesis of knowledge from different branches of geography. Means in this approach or through these methods, we are showing what interconnectedness. Example, integrating physical, human, as well as environmental factors to analyze the impact of climate change. This one is one example. Integrating physical as well as human and environmental factors to analyze the impact of climate change on urban areas. For what? For one comprehensive view. Um, are you getting my point? In taxonomic approach, we are dividing, we are what, separating, whereas in synthesizing approach, we are integrating all the phenomena as well as all the aspects. Here we are combining all the aspects. Uh, 1 minute. Um, Madhusmita, can you show me the questions?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So one is what? How is taxonomy approach different from synthesizing approaches?
of understanding with reference to geography as a unique branch of knowledge. In one approaches, we are separating all the phenomena or all the we are classifying the features, geographical features, but in synthesizing approach, we are integrating or combining the features, or combining the geographical phenomena to study any particular region. Another question is there: what is difference between regional and systematic approach to geography? Um, can you write this one? Regional and systematic approaches to geography.
Yes, ma'am. And last one, madam, how what I will write on that? Is a
Okay.
reason objective or is it a mental construct?
1 minute.
Fourth one.
Yes. First, come to the third question. Develop a scheme of the typology of regions. Here you have to write types of regions. How are
Yes.
formal regions different from functional regions? Okay. The last one is what? Is a region
Objective or
objective
is it
or it is a mental construct? What you are thinking?
mental construct?
Mental construct. Okay. Why?
Because regions are divided according to the human choices on the basis of climate and physical features.
Hmm. Anyone else? Oh. So, objective reality, what is objective reality actually? It is written here objective, whether region is objective or a mental construct. Sorry, mental construct. So, what is this objective here? If we will say regions can have objective physical attributes such as geographical features or climate or um, any administrative boundaries, means these objective aspects form the basis for defining a region. But when we are talking about what mental construct, means the concept of a region is often shaped by human perception. Yes or no? These are shaped by human perception, human interpretation. Human is interpreting that this one is this type of region. Um, so, if we will say, if we are going to answer this question, actually, region involves a combination of both objective and what subjective or objective and subjective elements, or this objective, or we can say what human construct. How? Administrative regions. If we will take administrative regions, means administrative regions means what? Having clear boundaries. Yes or no? Having clear boundaries. For example, India or states of India. Hmm?
Yes, ma'am.
but so people perceive and understand those regions can be influenced by cultural or historical factors, making it mental construct as well. We are talking that these have these are administrative regions. These regions have clear boundaries, but people may understand those regions in other way, not as administrative regions. They can think as what cultural as well as
Language and
cultural regions, or
religion.
on the basis of language they can perceive those regions differently. So this
Hello,
one is
ma'am.
what.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. Good
Ma'am,
evening, sir.
region objectify ଆପଣ କେମିତି କଲେ କି?
Yes, sir.
region ଟା objectify କେମିତି କଲେ? ମାନେ region ଗୋଟେ object ବୋଲି ଆପଣ କେମିତି ମାନେ କହୁଛନ୍ତି କି? ସେଟା ବୁଝିପାରୁନି ମୁଁ।
Acha. एठी ऑब्जेक्ट बोली तो कौन आंती? ओके अच्छा ऑब्जेक्टिव objective regions can have objective or physical attributes. I said the objective or physical attributes. 1 minute. This can be considered an object because it has some specific characteristics like defined boundaries and distinctive characteristics. And also this one is one special unit, means this is one unit or this is one region of the space. On the basis of these criteria, I said it can be called as one objective region is a objective and also subjective.
ମ୍ୟାମ୍ ସବୁ ଗୁଡା ତ ଆମ mental construct. region ର ସବୁ ସେ administrative ହଉ କି ଆମର cultural ହଉ ସବୁ ଗୁଡା ତ ଆମ mental construct.
मेंटल कंस्ट्रक्ट ठीक अछि मेंटल कंस्ट्रक्ट किंतु आमे कोन जते बेलकू कोनोसी फिजिकल माने फीचर्स बा फिजिकल एस्पेक्ट्स को ने कि आमे डिफाइन करूचंती गोटे रीजन को सेटा ऑलरेडी एग्जिस्ट करूची ना
ମ୍ୟାମ୍ ଆପଣ ଯେଟା କହୁଛନ୍ତି ହିଲି region କି ଧର plateau region ଏମିତି କହୁଛନ୍ତି ତ ସେଇ କଥା।
हिली रीजन हो प्लेटो रीजन हो कोनोसी भी जोडा कि फिजिकली आमे ताकू बा फिजिकल एस्पेक्ट्स को ने कि डिफाइन करूचंती रीजन को
ସେମିତି
ସେଇ
ତ
ହିସାବରେ
ସେଇ ବି mental aspect ରେ ହିଁ ଆସୁଛି ଆମର ମାନେ ଯୋଉ perspective ଯେ ଆମେ ଏଇ criteria କୁ ନେଇକି ଭାଗ କରୁଛେ ସେ administrative ହଉ କି ଇଏ ହଉ।
ना ऑलरेडी एग्जिस्ट करूची तो सेही हिसाब रे ता ऑब्जेक्टिव ही होची ना मेंटल कंस्ट्रक्ट रे को रीजन्स गुडा को जेमति कि आमे कोनोसी आमे नौचंती कोनोसी एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव यूनिट आमे निजे निजे एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन एटा हमर एतकी एरिया कहउछन एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव यूनिट्स हिसाब रे नौचंती इंडिया रो इंडिया नौचंती कोमा कोनोसी स्टेट्स नौचंती
କିମ୍ବା କୌଣସି ଯଦି କଲଚରାଲ ଆସ୍ପେକ୍ଟରେ କିଛି ରହୁଛି, କଲଚରାଲ ଆସ୍ପେକ୍ଟକୁ ନେଇକି ଯଦି ଆମେ ଆଇଡେଣ୍ଟିଫାଇ କରୁଛନ୍ତି ଗୋଟେ ରିଜିଅନକୁ, then these are mental construct. Let me clarify in tomorrow's class. Okay. Next question देखिबा कोन अछि? Next question. ଟିକେ scroll करो. ऊपर पार्ट रे अछि ताले. Okay, okay. What are the difference between a generic and specific region? Can you write this one? Generic and specific region. Which are generic region, which are specific region? What is this generic? No. Generic, which is formal region. Specific, that one is functional region. Generic one is formal, whereas specific region is functional region. Another question is here, what is vernacular region? Then how it is different from historical region? Can you differentiate these two, vernacular region and historical region? Next one. One question is here, is an assembly parliamentary constituency a region? If yes, what type of region is it? Can anyone answer?
Sorry, friends. Let's stop the class now.